Okay. Hey, there goes Miss Weir. Look. All right. So welcome back. Thank you for coming to part 2 of using cosine ratio to find the missing sides and the rest of the interior angles. Last video, the first one for using the cosine ratio, we determined what we had. They were given the 30. We figured out the hypotenuse because that's what we were looking for. Figured out that we're using ca as the ratio, went through, figured out 25. Then using our interior math, we figured out the final angle. Now, the last part of this is figuring out the missing side, which is right here. Okay? Now, the missing side is the opposite side, but that really doesn't matter. We do know that the formula for figuring out the last side is Pythagorean's theorem or Pythagoras theorem, whichever one you want to call it, potato. What we do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I'm just going to get rid of it, actually, just so we can use the formula. We'll put Ka back to where he belongs. Back up in line. And we're going to clean up this interior stuff, just so it looks a little easier to read. Now, if I was correct, this was 60 degrees. And this is our 90. Okay. So we know that one of the sides is 25, one of the sides is 22. We don't know this. Now remember, the way Mr. Ram likes to do it, or the way I suggest it, is just label what you have. I have C equals 25, I have 22 equals A, and I always like to find B. The formula for Pythagorean's theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. However, we have C squared, or we have C. Okay, so we actually need to find B. So we're just going to manipulate the formula first before we actually get to doing the substitution. So we're going to go that C squared minus A squared is going to give me my B squared. All right, now that we've manipulated the formula, I can substitute. It's 25 squared minus 22 squared is going to equal the B squared. All right? 25 squared, when you punch it in the calculator, should get you 625 minus 484, which is going to equal B squared. That's calculator work. If I do this, I should get about 141 equals B squared. How do I get rid of B squared? I do the opposite. I do the square root. So the square root of 141 is going to give me my B. Now when I punch that into the calculator, and another video will actually show me going through the actual math of it, the answer that you're going to come out with when you punch this into the calculator is going to be 11.8. For our purposes, we're going to round that to 12. Okay? So by removing the question mark now, I have given, originally, remember the question only gave me the 30 and the 22. Using the cosine ratio, I figured out that this was side 25. Okay. Pythagorean's theorem showed me that this side was 12, and following the ability to do interior angles, this plus this had to equal 180. We figured it out. Now we figured out every part of this triangle. So if I give you a bigger shape or a different problem, I want to figure out the area of the triangle, I want to do the perimeter of the triangle, tying in our couple units, we now have the process to do it all. Once again, any questions, any concerns, message me, send me Twitter, email, Google Classroom. We will sit down and I will go through this again. There will also be other videos. Hopefully this helps, and we will see you for sine ratio to figure out missing sides.